right. Senator Colcourse, you recognize the committee substitute for House Bill 133.
Thank you, Mr. President, and members. I know we've all made a lot of choices today on different bills that we had to prioritize, and with this, I'm going to move to suspend the Senate's regular order of business and take up and consider at this time committee substitute for House Bill 133. With my choice here, I choose women and women's health, and I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for working with me on this particular issue. HB 133 adds 4 months to what we presently have, 2 months of postpartum. The federal government requires that you have 2 months, but to go beyond that, you have to get a waiver from CMS. Currently in the United States, there is only one other state that has 12 months, and that's the state of Illinois. Georgia has 6 months, and Missouri has 12 months only for substance abuse and mental health. 4 states have pending waiver requests with CMS. The media has portrayed our version of this as cutting it from 12 to 6. I want to make sure that we clarify that we are adding 4 months, and we will become one of the first states in the nation to extend it beyond 2 months. In addition to that, last session, y'all helped us pass Healthy Texas Women Plus. We are one of only 2 states that have state-funded 12-month postpartum services, us and California. And with that, members, I will say that I was able to add Healthy Texas Women Plus carve-in to this, which is a bill that died in the Texas House yesterday in the long day that they had. And so by putting this in here, not only do we extend postpartum services in Medicaid for women to 6 months, they will seamlessly move into Healthy Texas Women Plus for the next 6 months, which includes substance abuse and all of the different services that we've seen that women have struggled with and have died from. And then from there, they go into Healthy Texas Women. It's carved into MCO. They can stay with the same doctor. And so with that, members, there's a lot to be said about the importance of this bill. I'm honored to carry it. I know that other members had filed this bill. Just to say the hard choices today, I think this is the best bill to pass for women and women's health. And so with that, members, I move to suspend the Senate's regular order of business and take up and consider at this time committee
Senator Nelson,
substitute
for what
to House
purpose?
Bill 133.
I would like to ask Senator Colcourse a question.
I yield, Mr. President.
Thank you. Senator Colcourse, I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to make it in the form of a statement. Did you know how much I and everybody else on the floor appreciates I know how difficult the path was to get here, and I know how hard you worked on this. I know how important this is to Texas, to Texans. I know how many years it's taken. I know Senator Zaffirini has worked on this. I know that there are many others who realized how important this is for the women in this state and children and all Texans. Mothers who especially are disadvantaged, mothers who many did not get the prenatal care they needed, and many of whom, after they deliver, do not have the care that they need, are now going to get it. There are many, you and I both know, who have suffer from depression, need care after they deliver those babies, and now combined with our Healthy Texas Women carve-in, are now going to get the care they need. I can't think of a better bill to end, I will say end tonight, but to end this long day that we've had than this. What a real tribute to you, your hard work, and I thank you for picking this bill out of that big batch that you have sitting there as the bill.
That's a lot of bills.
I
but
think this bill will serve more individuals than any bill you could have possibly chosen, and I want to thank you, and I'll ask you if you know how much we all appreciate that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do know that you chaired Health and Human Services. You and I had a long talk. In fact, Jane Nelson is the longest-serving Health and Human Services chair in the history of Texas, in the Texas Senate, way back when, all those years you did it. And we've talked about the road. You know, Senator Huffman, you and Representative Wally carried a bill back in 2013 to establish the maternal morbidity and task force, of which I chaired public health, and it came through my committee. Each one of you have worked on this through the years. It wasn't that long ago that even through the federal government that we did not have these kinds of services available for women. And when I did my research on this, to realize that there was only one other state that had 12 months, and Georgia has 6 months. That's pretty incredible stuff. With what we did with Healthy Texas Women Plus last session, most people don't realize this because it wasn't active until September of 2020 this year. Well, guess what? We were in the middle of a public health emergency, so everyone is frozen on Medicaid. But by the time we are adding 4 months, then with the carve-in, with our MCOs, and the seamless transition that women will make with Healthy Texas Women Plus, I believe that this puts Texas in the forefront of serving women. And so with that, I am really honored tonight to end at 3:07 a.m. I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for allowing me to have this bill. I know that there are other bills. Everyone was disappointed last night. Some of us disappointed today. That's why we get together every other year, is to make these decisions. But this is the right decision for Texas at the right time to take care of women that are of 203% of FPL and below, that we are going to have better health care for them. So with that, Mr. President, I do move to suspend the regular order of business and take up and consider at this time committee substitute to House Bill 133.
Any objection? Hearing none, we'll suspend. Chair lays out second reading committee substitute for House Bill 133. Secretary will read the caption.
Committee substitute House Bill 133 relating to the provision of certain benefits under Medicaid and the Healthy Texas Women Program.
Recognized to third reading.
So moved, Mr. President.
Any objection? Hearing none, bill passed the third reading. Recognized to suspend the constitutional 3-day rule.
So moved.
Secretary will call the roll.
Alvarado, Bencourt, Birdwell.
31 ayes, no nays. Rule suspended. Chair lays out third reading and final passage. Committee substitute for House Bill 133. Secretary will read the caption.
Committee substitute House Bill 133 relating to the provision of certain benefits under Medicaid and the Healthy Texas Women Program.
You're recognized on final.
On behalf of Senator Alvarado, who filed this bill, and Senator Johnson, Senator Zaffarini, who has championed this, Senator Nelson, and Senator Huffman, who have worked on these issues, among many of you that care so deeply about this subject matter, it is my honor to move final passage of committee substitute to House Bill 133.
Secretary will call the roll.
Alvarado, Bencourt, Birdwell, Blanco.
30 ayes, 1 nay. The bill is finally passed. Thank you, Senator. And you know, members, when we leave here very shortly, most of our staff will be here until 5, 6, or 7 in the morning to do all this paperwork. So they keep working. We're going to see how we can maybe make this a little easier for them.